Hey, Chad Peterman here. Welcome to AI Trade Talk, a new series on Can't Stop the Growth. We're redefining the future of home services with AI, one conversation at a time. In each episode, we'll dig into real-world strategies, innovations, and opportunities that AI is creating for home service companies like yours. Let's jump in and explore how to work smarter, serve better, and grow faster.
Welcome to AI Trade Talk with Zyratalk. My name is Brad Scruggs, founder and president at Zyratalk, and this is a show where we interview industry leaders in the home service space to learn ways that they're growing and what they're doing to handle certain challenges. As an AI company, we're also focused on what's coming in the future, so we're going to focus that in the conversation as well. So whatever you're doing, whether it's driving, working, maybe you're doing dishes, or just having us on as background noise, sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, I am here with Michelle Myers from Pink Collars. They are a Zyratalk partner and have been for quite some time. Really excited to have Michelle on. Pink Collars offers answering service solutions and is a call center, but they do things a little bit differently. So I want to give Michelle the opportunity to introduce herself and then also talk about how they're different from just a traditional answering service.
Awesome. Thanks, Brad, for having me. First of all, I'm so grateful to be here. CSRs are a pain point for a lot of service businesses. Whether we want to talk about it or not, we should talk about it, right? And so Pink Collars has come along. We're a Service Titan certified call center. We really do deploy incredible individuals into home service businesses nationwide. And we can do it at different levels wherever your business needs permit. So if you need just overflow support for your in-house team, we can provide that. If you need fractional support or somebody that's fully focused on your account, fully dedicated CSR, we can provide that. And we've actually been just recently moving into the direct hire space. We realized that our training and tools are so effective that people actually call and say, I want to hire this person from you, Michelle. And so rather than have it be strange, we started saying, hey, let's do this direct hire product so that people can actually get a solution that fits for their business. So anywhere along the journey of your home service business, we want to be there as a solution. And Zyratalk's one of our AI sidekick partners that is just a secret weapon in our arsenal of tools. And so I'm glad to be here today and talk to you about it and then share how we've used your product as an incredible solution for our customers as well.
Awesome. Yeah. And I like how you guys are a little bit different, how you have that fractional CSR work where it's basically a CSR dedicated to the company. And when you hear about a traditional answering service, not to knock them or anything, you just never know really who's answering the phone. So the fact that you guys have someone dedicated to a company, there's a lot of value in that. And if the company really likes them, then they can say, hey, can we hire this person full time and have them as a part of our team? So I think it's a great model that you guys are doing.
Thanks. Well, we really love it. I think it's really translated well in the daytime. And in the past year or so, we've put in after hours. And so that has been really highly prized. People love our after hours product. And I think probably the reason why we staff it the way we do is we're an EOS business. So accountability is really our jam. And I want you as the business owner to be able to have full accountability on my team and understand if, when, and where something's gone wrong, who exactly did it, not chasing your tail, trying to find the 10 or 15 people that may be on your account. So that's really important to me personally and professionally. And I think that's what people really resonate with out there.
Totally. Makes sense. And I know that your clients are happy as well because there's these Service Titan groups and these other home service Facebook groups. And whenever people ask about just a human answering services in general, whether it's AI or human, people always talk about Pink Collars.
Oh, yay.
That's a rare thing. So for just other answering services.
Yeah, thank you. That's good to know. I keep myself out of those groups. What was it? Taylor Swift said something about how, there's really good things about the internet, but there's really scary things about the internet. So I try to ride that line of which groups should I be in and not be in, what serves me the best as a human, not only a business owner. And so a lot of those that are business owners in the trades, I want them to have their own playground where they can talk about vendors very clearly. And I'm not in some of those. So I'm glad they're speaking highly of us, though. That's a very high compliment.
Yeah. Yes. All positive. I don't think I've ever seen anything negative about Pink Collar. So good stuff. So we're going to talk quite a bit about AI answering and how AI can be implemented into a call center, not just at scale with what you guys are doing, but for a plumbing HVAC company in general. So first question I want to ask you, and we deal with this on a daily basis with clients where CSRs, call center managers, there's a little bit of hesitancy. It has shifted greatly over the past 2 years, but there's still a little bit of fear with AI. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, we've come up against this in our own company, right? So we've had people that have been resistant on the team, that have been worried or nervous. And what I tell everybody, especially everybody in my leadership team, here's what's going to happen. And I think Jennifer Bagley actually said it best yesterday. She said, the ark is being built. Get on the ark or get left behind. And so I love that word picture. That really helps me understand what's happening in the technological and the customer service space. This has been an industry, and I'm in it, right? But this has been an industry that has been ripe for an overhaul for a really long time. And I'm actually fine with the overhaul. I love overhauls. If you know me and my personality, I'm all about tearing it down, blowing it up, and redesigning it. So I know personally that needs to happen in the call center space. And I'm grateful that it's happening. Now, what we can do to keep the worry at bay is to upskill our team, right? Have them in front of all of the AI tools that are possible, whether it's AI answering or CSR work. Let's get them in front of everything that's AI, that has AI traction. Our phone system, we talked about this before we started recording, Dialpad has a ton of AI capabilities. It's listening to calls, it's scoring calls, it's listening for keywords. And again, goes back to that accountability piece, putting people on a leaderboard, having people understand who's actually doing well on the phones and who's not, and then giving them access to a whole complement of tools, whether it's AI talk like your product or not. It gets them comfortable working with the technology. I am telling you right now, I am looking to hire, and I am talking to CSRs and call center managers that have AI skills, and they are asking for $90,000 and $100,000 per year. This is unheard of in the CSR space, right? And so what I'm telling my team is, this is where the company can go. We can grow and pay really awesome wages and good people good wages if we upskill the team that is willing to do the work. And so you have to be a really good CSR to learn AI. That's just the nuts and bolts of it. There is no getting around it, right? And so the good ones are adopting it and going, okay, I'm on ChatGPT and I'm helping answer my customers' emails with certain things. And I'm looking at my Dialpad score and I'm getting it. And those people that their eyes get bright, then I'm like, okay, now let's talk about AI voice, because wouldn't it be super cool if, just like you've mastered these other tools, now you've mastered a couple of AI agents that you're now managing. You become far more valuable in the company's world and in the world of your career when you have this understanding. So I'm talking to them like that.
Yeah, I mean, they basically 5x their value if they can have agents under them working for themselves. And there's still that fear, obviously. And I think what people need to understand is, well, here's the number one problem that's being solved with an answering service or just AI answering. Businesses miss a lot of phone calls. If they don't have anything implemented, we have data that shows they're going to miss anywhere from about 15% to 35% of their phone calls. That's a lot of calls. So whether it's AI or whether it's a human, you got to have something answering the phone. And like we're saying, AI is just a tool to empower humans. And it's not like it's replacing a ton of jobs. Naturally, it will replace some just because, you want the people who are the best in adopting it and believe in it. But there's still a lot of calls missed regardless.
I mean, I'm looking at the Pantheon speaker lineup, and there are customer service and call center reps on that speaker lineup this year. That's never happened, right? So I haven't seen that before. I am impressed with the fact that a lot of these bigger tech companies are saying, okay, this person in the business is highly prized. And now we're giving them a tool to be able to, like you said, 5x their compensation and their value in the business. And whether they stay in that service business, work for a company like mine, or go out in the world and create their own business. This is what all of us want, is that that freedom of choice. And for me, technology just upskills your ability to have those choices. So I'm thrilled about it. The arc is leaving whether I'm on it or not, and I want to be on it.
Yes. I mean, we're in 2025 August, we're going into 2026. At the time recording this, Chat GPT 5.0 just released, and the way things are moving in the AI world is just crazy. So yes, like you were saying, the arc is being built, or maybe it has been built and it's already sailing, and
Yeah.
we're moving right along. So I think we're past the point of people saying, oh, AI is just a fad. Like, it's not going anywhere at this point. You mentioned like Dialpad and some of the AI tools. Like, what other things are you using within your business on a day-to-day basis, AI based?
Well, we use Motion at Pink Collars in our leadership team, and that helps manage all of our calendars and all of our tasks. I love Motion because it gets a really good deep dive. It records everything on Zoom or any of the other tools that you use, and then it distills down who said what and what tasks need to be assigned. And then it actually populates your calendar with those tasks. So rather than just going on a Zoom, having the recording, trying to remember what you're supposed to be doing, and then trying to populate your calendar with something later, it auto-populates it from that recording. So Motion is an incredibly powerful tool we use at Pink Collars in the leadership team. I mentioned Dialpad, but I think their scoring metrics in Dialpad have gotten really strong. And so you can listen to the calls, score the calls. It builds a leaderboard of everyone in your team, just like Service Titan does for, conversion rate and all the other things that you're tracking in Service Titan. I love getting it at Dialpad though, because you're going to see the data earlier. You're going to be able to track people by the day. Oftentimes business owners don't have time to look at those conversion rates till the end of the week or the end of the month, end of the quarter. And they could have a real issue in their call center and they can't identify maybe who or what it is until later on in the data. With Dialpad, you're seeing those things right today, and it's easily digestible, and you can actually set it up to send you a report automatically quickly, which I really love. Like I said earlier, I'm on ChatGPT every single day, figuring out different projects that I'm working on. I had it actually write a lease for me the other day. So, I'm using it for all kinds of stuff, and it helps us be able to communicate better with people at a more clear level. And it doesn't rely on the human factor and maybe some of the emotion in a response, right? Especially for emails, we want to make sure we're responding correctly and professionally. And so those tools are probably the ones that I've got in my back pocket all the time. We're not talking about stock trading now, are we? Because I might have a couple of those, but that's in my personal life. And I love all that stuff. I geek out on anything that has to do with finances and AI. I'm obsessed with it. Obsessed.
We may need to talk about that offline because
Okay.
Well, actually, quick question. Does it help? What does it do? Help build a portfolio, or does it help?
It does. And so I use a platform called D-U-B, and it actually copies different types of, he's writing it down, people.
I'm writing this down.
Okay. Now, just full disclosure, I've only invested a big whopping $200 because I'm a little bit of a nervous Nelly when it comes to this stuff, right? But it basically finds portfolios out there that do well, and then you replicate their trades.
I'm definitely going to be looking into Dub now.
Check it out. It's really fun. And so, yeah, my whole $200 is up about 6%. So I'm well within my way to being a billionaire. Not quite, but it's fun to just try these things. I think as a student learner and as a business owner, right, we should be out there trying these tools and trying to understand the logic behind them, because really AI, right, the large language model is really going to translate from different applications and voice and text and stocks and everything. It's going to impact everything we know. And so to start to learn these things little by little in your spare time is going to do nothing but help you as a business owner. So yeah, I love fooling around with that stuff at night.
Yeah, I literally every night I'm like talking to ChatGPT about random things. So we're obviously a software company and an AI company, and I was talking to ChatGPT, GPT-5, and I was like, okay, GPT-5, I wonder how advanced it actually is. So I just typed into it, build me a computer game that I can play right now. And I'm like, I wonder if it will actually do this. So we remember the game Flappy Bird, right?
Of course.
So it built this huge line of code for me, and it was like, just go into an HTML editor and put it in there, and you can play it. So I just Googled HTML code editor, copy and pasted the whole code, and I'm playing Flappy Bird on my computer within like 2 minutes.
So cool. It's going to up-level everybody. And that's the fun part, is that no matter where you are in the business, right? We're owners, right? We're founders, office managers, call center managers, technicians, lead technicians, ops managers. I believe there's a space out there in the world for us, the people that are in that seat, wherever you are in that service business, to be able to create solutions for things that you are the only person in your company that sees it, right? An ops manager sees the world completely differently than I do. And so I think that, yeah, we've started with CSR work in a lot of the tools that, you guys, and there's several other companies out here running to solve this issue. But I believe there's literally an entire trainload of other solutions behind this one that are going to be as impactful and as exciting. And so getting on those tools at night and fooling around with stuff, if you're listening to me and you're living in Poughkeepsie or Oklahoma City and you've got a job and you want to do something cool, figure out how to solve a problem, because there's probably hundreds of thousands of people just like you trying to figure that problem out too.
There's so many use cases. I'll actually say one more story that I've been working on this week. We're working with this big PE group, going through a pilot with a bunch of different brands, and they're looking to compare their data from their internal call center, some BPOs that they work with as well, and comparing our AI data. And I use a tool called Manus. Have you ever heard of Manus?
I haven't, no. Feels like I need to know about it though.
Definitely worth looking into. And it's very agentic. So I'll type into Manus, like I pull all of our reports and it pulls the summaries of all of our calls, whether or not it was booked or not, how long the calls are. So I'm pulling our reports, but there were specific ways that this partner wanted things. So I'm putting it into Manus, all of our reports combined, and said, hey, here's the exact columns they want. Here's this. Completely tweak the CSV file and build it exactly how they want it. So it did that for me. And then after that, I'm like, okay, write a full report based on the data that you're finding. Where can improvements be made? And it's putting together this 30, 60, 90-day plan of what we should be making improvements on. So it's like these agentic experiences that's what's coming next. Like we can all write an email with AI at this point. We can write a blog or whatever, answer phones, but these agentic experiences and deep integrations into businesses, that's what's coming next.
Yeah. And I mean, imagine all of the hours that you will save in the human time just trying to figure out how to build something like that, right? I've spent dozens of hours earlier in my career, hundreds of hours, probably thousands, working on call logs and data and pulling timing and confirming the way we're charging and all that stuff, right? So that's going to be incredibly powerful. I'm looking that one up. Thank you. I gave you Dub, you give me Manus. I'm here for it.
Man, I think Manus right now is invite only, so remind me to send you an invite.
Okay, please get me on the inside. I promise I won't mess anything up.
All right. I somehow got in. I don't even know how, and now I'm like, this is the best tool by far that I've used. So
gosh, I love that.
If anyone's listening and wants an invite, just email me, brad@zyratalk.com. I'll shoot you an invite. I also want to talk about having a human in the loop, because we talk about AI answering. We're so focused on it. And some people, we understand this. We're not naive to the fact. Some people will talk to AI initially and they'll just say, representative. So talk about that a little bit. So do you have clients using AI as the front line, or is AI getting your missed calls or calls you didn't get to? So yeah, I'll give you the floor.
Yeah, it's an interesting perspective. So probably a year ago, you and I talked and we started working on a solution for pink collars. We call it Page. So Zyratalk was very instrumental in building something for us. And it's named after my daughter. When I named her back in 2008, yes, it was 8, I didn't know PAI. She has AI in the middle of her name. I thought it was kind of cool. It was not on my radar at all when I named her this, but it is working out nicely. And she loves the fact that there's something named after her in my business. So when I talked to you, I would sell AI in this fashion. Business owner would get on the phone with us. He's looking for a call center solution in one of many different ways. I would say, I kind of got this thing. It's called Page. I can put it on your account. It can sort of listen. It can just be in the background. In a couple of months, we're going to talk again. They'd be like, yeah, I don't know about that. Most of them would say, they would cut me off, right? Probably 8 months ago, I would do this. Hey, I've got this thing. It's called Page. I'm going to put it in the background of your account. It's going to listen to your people, my people. It's going to do the thing. If you need it, we'll put it on as like a backup to a backup to a backup, right? So if your people are busy and my people are busy, then it's going to go there. And we're going to treat it just like an old school answering machine. What do you say? And then people would be like, okay, I'll do that. 3 months ago, I started looking at people in the camera going, we're having AI on every single account in our company. It's not only listening, but it's going to be the backup to our humans. And in probably 3 to 6 months from now, we're going to put it in front of our humans. Is that okay? And every single client now is going, yeah, sign me up for that. So it's interesting. I think I had to wait until sort of the people, the consumer was ready, right? The business owner was ready. And now, without fail, every one of them's like, okay, what's your AI strategy? Like before I even get to it, they're ready for it. They want to know. And so what's happening now in this time and place at Pink Collars is we're now revisiting those relationships and saying, hey, look, we've proven AI. It's doing the thing. It's booking the call. It's handling the issues. Are you comfortable inching it into the call center a little bit further forward? And so that's the conversation we're having now. And so that we can produce that human in the loop experience, which is where I believe AI ends up being at the end, right? It ends up being the 90% of the 100% experience. 90% of the calls can probably go through AI without a wrinkle. 10% of them, though, somebody's going to push a button just out of either ignorance, impatience, lack of understanding of hearing, wherever they are in the world, culture, right? There's going to be all kinds of reasons why they push the button. We don't care, but we're going to provide that human in the loop experience, whether you use our AI or you use someone else's like Zyra's. I believe that there is going to be a place for us in the market for that experience as well. So we're rolling that out really soon at Pink Collars. You'll see that. And you can come to us for that sort of escalation or bug out of the AI tool support. And I really believe that that's going to also upskill our people, because that's something that every business owner needs, especially in nights and weekends. Staffing a nights and weekends team is brutally difficult. It is incredibly difficult and challenging for every business owner. So we've done it effectively right now. And so now what we need to do is take that team and just sort of move it into that human in the loop experience. And we're very excited about that. So that's what I see human in the loop being.
Awesome. You mentioned like staffing at the nights. Who wants to be sitting at a desk at 3 a.m. waiting for phone calls?
Nobody. And, we used to as a country, and I'm including myself here, we used to as a country outsource all of this to other countries, right? We outsourced it to the Philippines or South America or Eastern Europe, right? We put it on other countries because the hours worked for them. Here's the funny thing. I mean, we hire folks from other countries. They've realized that they're actually super valuable too. And now they don't want to work but certain hours now too, because they're like, hey, wait a minute. We should be being paid a lot more if we're working nights and weekends in the US and it's daytime for us. It works for everybody. So I think the tide is even shifting with that sort of overseas solution that we used to have. They're actually getting wise to the fact that they have a value as well. I think the cool part about what we do at nights and weekends at Pink Collars is everybody's from the US, which I think is an advantage. And it really helps, especially for that human in the loop. When people push the button, they do not want to talk to someone overseas. It makes it even harder,
So your whole team is all US based?
Yeah. Everybody is in nights and weekends and daytime. Yeah. Anybody that's on the phone. Now we have offshore team members that are kind of back of house that help us with other admin tasks. Incredible human beings. But on the phones, we just have to be careful and consistent about the accent, about the cultural differences. And I believe that, when we've got somebody in the middle of the country that wants to push the button to talk to somebody, they really do need to speak with somebody that's cohesive and understandable and can reflect back the business's culture that they're calling, right? They're calling a Midwest plumbing company. They're not calling someone from South America, Eastern Europe, or the Philippines, right? They're just not, that's not the expectation. And so as a business owner, you do yourself a big disservice when you send those calls overseas. Your customer experience really does decrease, I believe.
Yeah. I was just going to ask you actually. So when you have clients in the Midwest, is there typically the request, hey, the agent needs to have a Southern accent or else it's not really going to work for us?
In the daytime shift, that is more prominently requested, right? That they sound, feel, and act as if they're from that region. It's not as important in nights and weekends. It's less important just because the calls are more transactional. The homeowner just needs a solution. So there's a little less conversation and connection. There's a little bit more kind of like, how can you get somebody to me? But daytime, that surely absolutely is important. It's funny because when I first started my very first business on the phones, I was on the phones for the first couple of years when we got started. And my very first employee was British and her name was Julia. And she answered the phones with this heavy British accent. And I did myself no favors when I hired her. And she was an incredible human, incredible person. But my poor clients would be like, where are we? Some of them loved it, right? Some of them loved it. But some of the homeowners were like, did I call the right business? They weren't quite sure. So I learned that lesson firsthand from my own hire. So I did it myself. So I only tell these stories because I want to tell business owners that, you know, I've made the same mistake. So it's okay.
We all make mistakes. Anyone who's a business owner listening to this, if you're not making mistakes, you're not growing.
Yeah, so true. So true.
So you guys are Service Titan vendor or in the Service Titan partner program, whatever it's called. Do you guys work with any other FSMs out there, House Call Pro or any of the other big ones?
We do. We have several clients in House Call Pro, to include my own service business. My husband and I own a home service business, and it's on House Call. And then we have a couple of jobber clients. We haven't really grown that segment of our business for a while. They seem to be early adopters of technology and sort of like smaller teams. And so we find that with our pricing and structure, we do better with the larger business. And so House Call and Service Titan seem to be more of an ideal fit for us.
Awesome. Well, where can people find you?
People can find us at pinkcollars.com, and I'll spell it for you because the name's a little bit different. And my husband actually came up with it. It's funny because I was on TikTok last night and somebody actually said pink collars. It's kind of funny. So pink collars, there used to be in the 50s when you were in the typing pool or in the admin, you were called a pink collar because you worked for the guys in the office that had white collars. And all of us know that folks in the field often are referred to as people that have blue collars, right? So blue collar, white collar, pink collar. And it's a play on words. So instead of collar like a shirt with an O in it, it's collar like a phone, CALLERS. And so that's how you find us, pinkcollars.com. And you can also just Google us. We're everywhere and all the social outlets. I try to be super active on all of those.
What shows are you going to this year? I know we're in August. It's approaching this
I know.
Craziness.
I know. Well, the biggest one, obviously, Pantheon in September. Cannot wait. If you're going to be in California, I expect you to come by and visit us. We're going to have a lot of fun. So Pink Collars is going to be there. We are just walking the trade show floor this year. I was fortunate enough to speak last year at Pantheon, and it was an honor and a privilege. It was very exciting. So this year, the pressure is off. I'm going to be there to learn and then to share with my team. And that's going to be even more impactful, I'm sure. So I'm excited to do that. Let's see, where else are we going? Service World Expo. We're for sure going there. That's an incredible place. Vegas will be there. We're going to Women in HVACR. I absolutely love this organization. If there's any women listening, please join Women in HVACR. It's incredible group. I'm a mentor for them, and I absolutely love hanging out with those ladies. Also in Vegas, I'm going to be going to the West Coast a lot this year.
Awesome, Michelle. Well, really appreciate you coming on and chatting, and pinkcollars.com if anyone wants to check it out. They do use Zyratalk as the AI backup as well, so check them out.
Thanks so much, Brad. This was a lot of fun. I hope I didn't bore you too much.
No, this was great. I think everyone's going to be looking up Dub AI after this.
I love it. Okay, let's do it.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to connect with me personally, you can find me at chadmpeterman.com. To see what our team's up to, you can visit petermanbros.com. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel and consider joining the CSTG arena. As always, keep growing out there.